Welcome to the show.
Sure you don't want to put them in the room?
No, it's okay.
It says vortex on it, so I think this may go to like maybe
it's
Matt's
probably
spotter.
a spotting scope cap.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Might not want to lose that. Matt'll probably want that back.
Well, here we are, back again. Third pod in 3 weeks.
We're on a roll.
That's phenomenal production for this pod. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Very good.
it is. We're doing a good job.
New set.
Yeah, well, we got a temporary cat in the pod room that's vacationing here, so we thought, why not bring Christmas to the show. And if nobody knows, I love Christmas. I love Christmas. Mostly I love shopping and I love decorating. And this is the one holiday that puts the two together.
I think Halloween kind of does that, but in a different way.
The only thing you shop for is the candy, which, I mean, you do have to get right.
Well, and your outfit.
Yeah, but that's for yourself. I like buying lots of things for other people.
You know, I have a bit of a hot take. I like Christmas, of course, the sentiment, Jesus' birthday, the whole deal.
But he wasn't really born at Christmas time.
Huh?
He wasn't really born at Christmas time.
Who says that?
I don't know. It's like a rumor.
I don't think
It's out
that's
there.
true.
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
I'm pretty sure Christmas is Jesus' birthday.
I'm gonna Google it real quick. Real quick.
I mean, I don't know that the good book actually
Was
says Jesus' birthday specifically, because they may have had a different calendar, but
born on Christmas. No, Jesus was not actually born on December 25th. The Bible doesn't specify. Biblical evidence suggests a different month. The Bible describes shepherds watching their flocks, which would not have been possible in December.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. His birthday was not in December.
Correct.
You know whose is? Mine.
Yours, yeah.
Yes. I'm going to be, I can't say my age.
No.
There is a couple podcasts where one I say it, and another one I give a way you could figure it out. But I'm not going to tell you what podcast I said that on.
Yeah, I'd have to think. I don't even remember which one it was. He's being a needy boy today.
Yeah.
He's upset about the cat.
My birthday is actually tomorrow.
It is. Yeah, we don't quite know what we're doing yet.
The day after we're recording this.
I have an excellent present coming, though, tomorrow.
Well, you got me these shoes.
Yep, that was like a birthday present. And then the next one's supposed to be the Christmas present, but I just literally can never wait to give people their presents. So most likely I'm also going to give it to you unwrapped tomorrow when it shows up. And I can't wait.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. You don't
I'm not big on giving or receiving gifts. And
that's not going to work for me.
Well, let me explain why, right? I feel like, not when I, came from my beginnings.
If you go to a rags to riches story now.
Not from my beginnings, but like now, I don't need anything. You know what I mean? And everyone I know doesn't need anything. And if they do want something, they could just buy it. So for me, I'm like, seems sort of goofy. But I do like how we do it with the family now, doing the Secret Santa. I think that makes it fun. And then you're only buying a gift for one person, not like six.
I do like that.
So I do like it.
And it makes that.
It keeps it fun.
Or like white elephants are fun.
Paul had a good point, because you could put a wish list on Elfster for the Secret Santa. Mm-hmm. But when you do that, the person just goes and buys everything in the wish list. So he's like, I'm not doing a wish list.
Well, then there's no point of even asking, like, who do you think was your Secret Santa? Because it's like, there's no, like, hint in the gift to who it may have been from. Yeah. Because you picked it out. You picked your own gift. Yeah. So it's like, how can you even guess who your Secret Santa is?
I'll tell you, I'm not going to tell you who I have for my Secret Santa, but I can tell you I will very likely be regifting them something I got for free. Okay? So, if that makes me a bad guy, I may be a bad guy. But what if it's something I got for free but they really like? What's wrong with that?
I feel like I already, one, know who it is now, and two, I already know what you're giving them.
I mean, it's an expensive gift. It's like a $600 gift.
Which I would say would be super cool if it hadn't arrived at their home with the label on it.
No, that's not the gift. That is not the gift. No. No. No, it's not. It's not. So, anyway, I'm excited for Christmas. I'm excited. I love the shoes because before I flew out to my hunt in Oklahoma, on a span from a Saturday to through a Wednesday, so 4 days. Or is that 5? That's 5 days. A span
I think he might be eating cat poop.
Yeah, he been getting into that litter box. So nasty.
It's disgusting. He's never eaten a piece of poop in his life. All of a sudden, a cat shows up and he's eating its cat poop.
I'm sure he's eaten poop before. But anyways, long story short, in 5 days, I ran 4 of them, and I went like 22 miles. You know, so you get in this bike, and like I said in the last pod, you don't particularly want to ride by yourself. Although you did while I was gone.
I did.
But it's not your preference.
There's cat litter on his nose.
Yeah. So I've been running, with you, and rather than doing the typical 1 to 2 miles that I normally do, I've been doing like 5 or 6, So these shoes are going to be a lot better than the knockoff Nikes that I got from Ross 2 years ago.
Yes, they are. They came recommended.
Shout out to Ashley, past guest on the pod.
Yep.
In a running
Don't wear
machine.
them out, though. They wear out kind of fast.
Yeah.
And, 350 to 400 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know what she thinks we're running over here, but it's certainly not
Well, if
that
you think
far.
about it, if I do, 30 miles a week or something, and that's only 10 weeks. But 10 weeks is a long time.
That is true.
It's like 2.5 months, which I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
But
and if you look at it that way, that is actually a very short time to go through expensive shoes.
Well, you have to look at it that way. It's kind of like when people go, could you afford, $300 right now? And they go, no. And they go, well, could you afford $30 a day? And they go, oh, yeah, I can. But then it's the same amount.
Thing. Yeah. True. So, we have my favorite chocolates.
Yeah, tell me about this. I see this sitting
they've
here.
been sitting here for a while, and I only got to munch on them once, and you don't let me eat on the show.
No.
So I figured I'll just make it a part of the show so I can have some.
First, let me tell you why you only ate it once. Let me let the audience know. It's because you only like about 3 of the chocolates. So once you eat those 3 on both layers, then you're done.
Pretty much.
So
in order to maybe have some more of them, and hopefully I pick my favorite with my eyes closed.
All right,
so I'm gonna take the top layer off because I've definitely eaten all my favorites.
Are we doing it at the same time? You can't look.
No. Well, we can't look at the chart.
Oh,
we can't look at the chart.
Well, you can't even look at the
I won't look in there either, but I want to get the layer off that I've eaten all my favorites, so I have a
Okay.
chance of getting my favorites. So give me the chart, and wait, don't pick one yet.
Okay, I'm not looking. Are you looking?
Okay, give me the chart. It's right in the...
Oh, we're not going at the same time?
No.
Okay.
You're going to go first. I'm
All right.
going to watch which one you pick.
You tell me when to go.
Okay, I have to make sure I understand the chart. Okay, I got it. Go ahead.
I'm not a huge sweets guy. This one, I just go with the first one I got. Let me take a guess what it is. It's definitely got filling. And it maybe has a little top on it. I can't tell. I feel like it might have a little white dot or something, or some sort of coloration. I'm gonna say it's a regular dark chocolate with let's go fudge filling.
Okay.
Let me take a bite and see how I. Actually, let me look. So okay, I got the white wrong. Now let me bite in and see if the frosting is correct.
Don't look at the color.
Nope, it's pink. Pink inside. It's very good. What is this?
That is
Strawberry?
one of my favorites, orange cream.
Is that orange?
So you probably never, yes it is.
Oh, wow.
You probably never had it because like rags to riches, you know?
I couldn't
But
afford it.
one of my top tier favorite candies, my favorites come around the holidays.
Okay, your turn.
But it's this orange. It's shaped like an orange, and it tastes like orange. But it's a chocolate ball.
Close your eyes.
Okay. Oh, this is so tough.
I'm mixing it so you don't know which
Wait,
way.
mixing?
That way you don't know which way I'm setting it. No, don't go yet. Don't go yet.
Oh, I thought you were like gonna move them around. Like then you don't know which one I got.
Okay, I'm good on the map. Go ahead.
Okay. How many do I get to
feel
feel?
them.
Are you sure?
How is that fair? You can't do that.
Are you sure?
You erased the whole...
Did I eat all of my favorites? Because I'm not feeling any of them.
You erased the whole point of the game by not grabbing the first
Well, I still
one.
haven't...
Get out of there. Get out.
I haven't picked one yet. Okay, let me pick.
No, I'm gonna mix it and then you can go. But you're grabbing the very first one you touch. You can't make the game and then do the rules wrong. Okay, close your eyes.
They're closed.
Okay, the first chocolate you touch, you are picking up.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Oh, fudge. This is going to be a gross one.
What do you think it is? You can't open your eyes right away.
You opened them.
I guessed for...
Oh, no.
You were a disaster at this game.
Well...
What do you think it is?
Actually, this is very good. It's very good. It's a coconut.
Coconut cream, yes.
Yes! Coconut is my next favorite. Like, I love Almond Joys. But it has to be the kind that has, like, actual coconut ground in it. The coconut, like the pasty coconut stuff.
Oh, that's like got the strands?
Ugh, not good.
I'm not a big sweets guy. I'm really not. But, I mean, chocolate's good here and there.
Sure,
but
I can't have some more? Maybe we play one more time.
No, we're not going to play again.
Oh.
No. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've never been a giant sweets guy, but, you know. I like savory, like salty stuff, or, you know, popcorn's like my favorite dessert is popcorn.
Savory and sweet together, delicious. Like having a little bit of popcorn in the movie theater and then my Bunch of Crunch.
I've always thought that's
delicious.
Insane when people do that, like chocolate with.
No, so like as a kid, I'd have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Some people put the popcorn the chocolate in the popcorn.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, I think, but maybe I could because I do love sweet and savory. So like as a kid, I'd have a peanut butter and jelly, but like mostly jelly because I like the sweet stuff. Crunchy peanut butter, of course, because it's a texture thing. And then I'd have potato chips with it because you get the sweet jelly with the salty potato chips. Best combo ever.
What did you think about the news of... I just disregarded what you said because I didn't find it important. What did you think of Josh opening a shop in Tennessee? What do you think about that?
I think that is phenomenal news. So you wouldn't tell me for the whole time.
That's
and then
how
all of a sudden,
that's how
you didn't
loyal,
even tell me once it was announced. I had to see it on Instagram, and then I screenshot and sent it to you and said, this must have been what you were hiding.
That's how much of a steel trap I am.
You are?
I won't even tell stuff that my buddies
Wired
tell me.
shut.
I won't tell it to
like
you,
a chastity
to nobody.
belt.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Close those legs. Lock them up.
Yeah, so
and
anyway.
by legs, I mean mouth.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, yeah, I think it's great. I think there's a lot of stuff that gets used on the east in the hunting world more so than on the west. So just a different type of sale of stuff.
Way different.
And so to have a store on both ends, you're really, for him, business-wise, you're really touching both styles of hunting because they're different on both coasts.
Well, and you know, I mean, he runs a website that now this is going to make shipping faster and cheaper for him, so it makes a ton of sense.
And faster for the people ordering.
That's what I'm saying. Much quicker.
It allows him, you know, to reach people where we know he has a phenomenal shop. Now he can reach more people and closer and faster for them by being on both.
Did you just re-say exactly what I said?
Kind of, but you said for him, and I'm talking about for the people.
Well, I'm saying
for the people.
I said it would be faster. That I meant for the people.
But you said and, so that's a conjunction word, I believe, which ties the two thoughts together.
Okay. All right. But anyway, I'm excited about it.
I did teach English for a year.
I really am excited for the shop to get off the ground. And I want to help Josh out. I want it to be a huge smash. And I know it's stressful to open another business. So
I bet.
If you guys need an archery product for Christmas or for yourself or anything like that, be sure to, number one, go to your local shop. But if you can't, or you're going to order online anyways, order off podiumarcher.com, help out Josh, and then you can also help me and Bow Disciples out by using code PumpStation and saving some money on those purchases. But I highly suggest doing that because I know for a fact, spending a lot of time with Josh and getting to know him and being buddies, that he genuinely cares a lot about archery and wanting people to be better. So I support that because I am a big advocate of getting more people into archery and letting them know you can just do it to have fun. You don't even have to hunt if you don't want to.
Yes.
With that being said, I just went on a hunt. That was insane.
Yeah, so this is the first one in, other than August, where you had some days by yourself, a few, and then you ended up kind of tying in with some people anyways, and camped 1 out of like 6 days, but you know, rugged life for you.
I stayed by myself only 1 day. And I camped 1 day.
And then you crashed some people's hotels for a couple days.
Well,
and then you stayed in someone's home for a couple days.
Let me tell you what
nice
happened.
Real bed.
Well, yeah, we never talked about this hunt. So yeah, I go out on the Scoos deer hunt. The plan is I'm gonna rugged it by myself.
Yeah.
So I get out there, Taylor and Garrett.
You've been dying for that.
I had. And then Taylor and Garrett hit me up and they said, hey, you should come. You know, they just told me where they're at. And I was like, hey, maybe I'll come by and just, you know, I'll stay there one night and then I'll leave in the morning, you know, and finish the drive. It's a very long drive, right? So I get to the hotel and they go, hey, you know, there's like some good deer right around here. And I go, okay, you know. So I stay the night and end up staying a couple more and hunting.
Yeah.
Then I finally, you know, my buddy Ryan calls and he goes, hey, you want to hunt this other unit with me? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I start driving. It's very far. Then he calls me and goes, hey, I just got a deer, so I'm not going to be able to come. So now I am. This is it, you know.
Yeah, finally, a rugged day.
I'm going to be by myself. So I get out there, very remote. Get out there. I do. I wind up camping, you know. I wind up camping in the back of the truck. And then, you know, the next day I headed out again, you know, in the afternoon. Almost shot a deer that day, though.
I think you spent more days, honestly. There might be more hours spent driving back and forth across this state than there was actually hunting.
Oh, I drove a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I drove a lot.
I know.
But anyways, I ended up, I called my buddy. I said, hey, do you know anywhere like in this particular unit that I could go glass and maybe see some deer? He goes, sure. I go, okay, cool. Send me a pin and I'll park there and camp and then you can meet me in the morning. He goes, dude, I got an extra bedroom and a shower and all this stuff if you just want to come stay at my house. And I said, well, get the pops ready. I'm heading over, you know. So then,
so you spent 1 day.
This is what happens when you have lots of connections. I have lots of friends. People love me. People love me.
So cool.
You know why? It's because I'm a genuine guy who does people right, and that's why they like me.
For sure.
I've noticed that people that burn through a lot of relationships generally are trash. Have you noticed this?
Yeah. Or if you're like me, just
don't have any. You don't have. Yeah. You just don't have friends.
It's way easier, honestly.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you got a dog and now a cat.
Yeah.
For a short period of time.
10 days.
But anyway, so I go to Oklahoma.
Yeah, so you finally went on another hunt. So I don't want to hear anything for the near future that you don't get to hunt by yourself. Don't want to hear it. So I missed all of turkey season. So you go on this hunt by yourself. Just kind of, you know, give me like the rundown of how you even heard about this, got to go on this, and then the whole experience.
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely wasn't by myself. I mean, I was hunting by myself, but we had an epic group of people, which was what made the trip so good. But how I got to be there was, you know, I guess really stemmed ultimately from my relationship with Bowtech, sort of, because through Bowtech I got tied in with this company, Idea Ranch. Shout out to them, phenomenal company that really helps outdoor companies a lot with kind of their branding and just kind of all-encompassing help businesses in this space, right? So I got tied in with them through Bowtech, and then I got tied into Badlands through them as well, and that's how I ended up going on this hunt, which I feel very blessed to be invited because there was only like 5 people that were not working with Idea Ranch or with Badlands. There was only like a handful of guests, and I was one of those. So, get there. I flew in. Kind of a long travel day. I mean, I started early. You land, and then it's like an hour 20 drive. And Trevor picked me up, and yeah, we drove to the camp, and no one was there other than Claire and Bob, and because they were out hunting, most of them had got there earlier. So there's only like literally 2 hours till dark, so I'm kind of thinking that maybe I won't hunt. And I land, and they're like, or we get there, and they're like, hey, you want to go hunt? Sure. So I go real quick, swap out my clothes. It was cold, that was the coldest day. They gave me some bigger pants that were like those warm outer layers to put on. And
they're called bibbers.
Bibbers, yeah.
Bibbers.
Silens, I think, is the model. Silens pants, and they're great.
Were those the ones that are like
they're fuzzy.
Tough material, fuzzy material on the outside too,
yep.
Right? Those look like my favorite. I've seen those on their website.
Oh, they're warm, yeah. And I love that they go over your boots without having to take them off.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, we pinned it out there to the stand, and when we pulled up, I almost got emotional because it really drove home my rags to riches story, I got there, and I've hunted public land, on brutal hunts my whole life, and now I made it,
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of that lately.
I saw this feeder. I almost broke down in tears. I said, look, it paid off, my hard work paid off. And I sat there, and I was just having to reflect personally on how far I'd made it. This is a guy who hunted D16. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't actually, because we never hunt locally.
Hey, that's not true. That's not true. We did this year. I don't want to hear it,
You mean the day that I brought the camera and didn't bring a bow because I was the cameraman?
No. What about those other days we went out? There's a few. You're forgetting.
The one other day we went out and
I don't
drove
want to
around
hear
on
it. We
some
went
roads.
around like 2 or 3 days. But anyways, my point is, when I saw this feeder, it was like seeing my first check. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my gosh. It was like when Juan Soto signed his deal with the Mets. That's how I felt with seeing this feeder. So I get up in the tree, and I'm like, okay, here I am. Look at me. Look at that dang feeder. I couldn't stop looking at it and smiling.
Yeah.
And some time goes by, and the tree stand's kind of low. And again, I was the only bow hunter, by the way. I think I didn't say that.
No.
But Claire was bow hunting too, but she only got to hunt a couple days because she was working. So I'm sitting the first day, and I'm like, this tree stand is awfully low, and I'm gonna have to draw a bow, and this feeder's 22 yards, so it's gonna be hard to draw my bow and not get busted, right? But so I'm waiting, and then a little buck comes in, and this little guy is so spooky. I mean, he's just on pins and needles. Anything happens, he's flinching like this, like a little bug flies by, and he's doing this. So I'm like, this might be tricky,
Yeah.
This might be tricky. I was under the impression if I was sitting a feeder, a 200-inch would just walk out and stand there and shoot him. That's what I thought. I guess I haven't flown that close to the sun yet, but we're going to try.
No.
That's the dream. You know what I mean? That's the dream.
And all those high fence deer.
Oh!
Running in with their 50 plus, little antler horns and 300-inch.
I don't want one of those.
Whitetail.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Looks like a mutant.
Yeah, I ain't never hunting. Pretty soon, I ain't never going back to these brutal. There's no way,
Oh, we're gonna get to January and be like, take me home.
No,
this is peasant work.
I'm kidding. I actually like those really hard hunts. It's still my bread and butter. But these mule deer right here, both public land, over the counter, very, very big bucks. You know what I mean? And I got a whole shitload more just like it outside. So
yes, you do.
That's still what I like to do. You know what I mean? But these hunts are fun. Trust me, I'm a big fan, and it does make
I wouldn't know, but
it does make me feel
sounds like it.
So emotional. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and a little while goes by, and that buck kind of leaves, and then another buck comes in, but he's also small. So then they both kind of leave, and then at one point I saw a ton of deer up on a ridge, but they were really far away, 300 yards or something. And then right before kind of last light's getting there, maybe 10 minutes left of light, I see this whole string of does coming in, and they're coming. So I stand up early because I knew how skittish these deer were. I'm a pro at sitting these feeders. So I'm standing up for 15 minutes, right? And my hands are getting cold as a bastard because I don't have gloves on. I don't shoot with gloves on. So I'm standing there, and I'm like, they better get here quicker. I'm not going to be able to feel my release, you know? It's cold as shit.
If you say that, I would have froze mine.
Oh, yeah. So I'm standing there like this with my bow resting on the arm, which reviewing the footage I realized was a mistake. So I'm sitting like that, or standing, and then the does come in, and I draw the bow, and as I draw, they kind of spook. But one of them
made a mistake.
Stopped, and I just like held the pin, shot, and I was like, don't hit him too high. Don't hit him too high. Don't hit him too high. I let the arrow go. I hit him a little bit too high. Just a little bit too high. He was dead in 20 seconds, but upon the footage, it did drop. So and I knew it would, but I still didn't hit him low
And
enough.
then upon the footage, it looks like all 3 of yours did. They were all, pinwheel shots, but all 3 of them are duck and turners.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that, should I talk about all 3 of the situations I shot it out, or should I wait to do the other 2 on the next pod after the video's out?
Maybe that.
So we'll save the next 2 stories.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil them because I did get them all on film.
Yeah.
And but I will speak to the camp more. We had, like I said, a bunch of people from Idea Ranch who were fantastic. The president of Badlands, and then the guy Blake, who's in charge of essentially all of the marketing and things of that nature. And then their filmer as well, who... I gotta look up his name. I'm not the best with names.
Was it Badlands marketing person there? Or Idea Ranches?
Blake. Blake's the marketing guy.
For Badlands?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, but the camera guy was my boy. I feel bad that but I'm ass with names. I'll just be honest with you. Jordan was the man too. And then, all in all, just really fun at camp. A couple of the guys from Bearded Butcher's YouTube channel came, and they were awesome. One of them actually got a really nice buck. Probably like 100 and mid to high 130-inch buck. Really nice 8-pointer, yeah. And then Bree was there. Bree Coelho, I believe is how you say it. Is that how you say it?
I have no idea.
I'm just going. I'm sounding it out. She was there. She's awesome. She's a cook and I guess has a TV show. I'm not sure what it's called, but really fun vibing with her. She says her favorite is hunting birds with her dog, and then like cooking the bird meat is like her favorite. So that was pretty neat. And then, the guys from Deer and Deer Hunting were there, and it was just a lot of fun. A lot of content was gathered, and a lot of good times were had. I mean, one thing I liked about it was they wanted kind of an old school feel, and it was that, I mean, we're camping in tents, we're eating good food, everyone's hanging out, sometimes late into the night, like we're having a few libations potentially. And
I think that was my favorite part about the not application, but the like, I don't know what you call it, just form for, make sure they have all your information.
Yeah, it was like a multiple choice
questionnaire.
That's what it was before the trip. Yeah, yep. They had plenty of libations and lots of good food. I mean, the first night we had ribeyes or New Yorks, and I think also strips, or flat irons. Sorry, New York strips, ribeyes, or flat irons, and then really good sides. The second day we had chicken fried steak that was catered with like gravy and biscuits and stuff like that. And then the third day we actually ate deer meat only from deer we shot. And all the meat gets donated.
Oh no, it's not your first time eating whitetail, because you had whitetail in Indiana. We had it that one night.
Oh, which was good.
Yeah. How did you like it?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember that.
How did you like it this go around?
Great.
Do you find it more or less gamey than mule deer?
It was just prepared really well, and it was fresh, So one of them had like a whiskey marinade or something like that, and that one of them was bacon wrapped.
Who made it that night?
Eric from Idea Ranch and one of the Bearded Butcher's boys. They actually, both of them processed the deer and then set up the cuts, and then they cooked on.
Did you learn? That's a question I haven't asked yet. Did you learn? Like, did you watch that or?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
Learn anything different, like the way that they process and butcher than like you do, or?
I mean, usually I'm just quartering stuff nowadays. Again, because I don't have to do that anymore. No, I'm kidding. But usually I'm just quartering stuff and bringing it to a butcher, But when I did used to process.
But did they do anything?
Oh yeah, I mean when they were like cutting up like say a hind leg to pull the actual cuts out of it. I mean, it was so smooth. They're just like separating like, okay, this is this piece, this is this cut, this is this cut. And then they're making them, you would love it because they were making them like squeaky clean, no silver strip, no nothing. So clean.
Oh, my favorite.
Whereas me, I'm just like, I'll just eat that.
You just send it all through the grinder and it's disgusting.
If it fits, it ships.
No, I'm over there like cutting every little piece off. No, that's cool though. Was it hanging when they processed it?
Yeah, from a John Deere.
Yeah. That is... you guys don't do it much out here, but it's harder because, like, you never know where you're going to shoot a deer. You could be 2 miles off the road. You could be, 100 yards off the road. But tree stand sitting, it's just easier. You throw it in the back of your truck or whatever, a Ranger. You drive it back to camp or your house, and you hang it up in the garage, and you process it right there. It definitely it saves time, I think, on the back end where you're like, oh shoot, we have all this meat to still process. We need to set a date and go through it all and pick up a bunch of fat. No, you're just right there that day. It's hanging up. You process it, cut it all out, and wrap up your pieces that you're not going to ground. And basically, the only thing you ever got to take to a butcher is what you want to ground if you don't do it yourself. But I like all the flavors and whatnot.
And I mean, yeah, it was just a great trip. They really nailed it. It was like. It was definitely like hunting first and foremost. We're always to stands on time. Like everything was dialed, hunting wise. But then it wasn't like strict on schedule either, which I liked. Other than being strict about getting in the stand and
get up on time.
And yeah, for most people got up on time. Yeah. But
did any? You don't have to say who.
I can't leak.
Somebody did not make it one day.
There was one guy who did not make it out of bed very easily, but like multiple times. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I'm like, we wouldn't be great hunting buddies.
No, you're about as energized as the Energizer Bunny.
I know.
4 a.m.
I'm a lunatic for sure.
It's ridiculous.
But no, a really good hunt, and I will say this too. The Badlands gear, I was super impressed with. I have used it on a couple of hunts, but not.
Yeah. And Ted swears by it.
He has for a long time. I'm not using it, or I have not yet used it on kind of like my style of hunting, like
which you're about to.
I'm about to, but so far it's passed every test I had, and I'm pretty picky with gear, so I'm really excited to get out
the rugged
and
test.
Really put it through the hammer and see, and then I'm hoping it'd be really cool to get a relationship with them moving into the future. So we'll just have to see what happens, but the hunt was great, and yeah, hopefully you get to do it again. It was a cool opportunity, and I'm super grateful to get to go.
It definitely seems like a company that it's fun when you get to do that stuff because it's like a little like sneak peeks behind the scenes kind of stuff. To you see these companies in ads, commercials, at expos, online, whatever. But to sneak a peek behind the curtain and see what they do, whether it's Badlands because they work with Idea Ranch, because somebody owns the leash. I think you said it's Idea Ranch, right?
Well, I mean, they lease it.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. They own the leash. They pay for the lease.
Yeah, I believe so.
But to go out of the way to cooperate with their companies they work with, and then Badlands to reach out and say all right, let's work with you in the future then, if that happens or whatnot. But it's just a nice fun peek to see companies that are working together and It's not all corporate. It's still like homegrown, you know?
Super homegrown, and it didn't feel corporate at all. Like, it felt like real just hometowny and fun, and like I said...
Because almost, like, when you hear it, it sounds like, which is still cool, like, if that were my company's, like, holiday Christmas party was a, you know, retreat to a lease to go shoot deer, you know, all for it. But, you know, it's like, it didn't seem like a corporate getaway.
No, not at all. It was very, like I said...
Don't eat my chocolates, back up.
No, it was very hometowny and a really good time. And like I said, I mean, if I never... Like, if this was a one-off, I get to go on this hunt one time, I'm super grateful for it. And if I get to go more times, that's even better. So we'll just wait and see. But, yeah, I mean, aside from maybe... I might try to get out local hunting a couple more times before season ends. And see if I can get a local deer. But other than that, I mean, the year's pretty much...
I would sure like a local deer.
Oh, you want to go try?
Yeah. I don't have one.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
Yeah. Just a couple.
You give me like a rough estimate, you know.
Local deer?
Yeah, like more than the 10 fingers that you have?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Huh.
And I will say this.
I'll just take all my fingers away.
I will say this, too. I have probably antler-wise... I bet you I have shot a top 3 buck all time in D16. I bet.
Of like all bucks shot in D16,
yeah,
you mean?
I bet I have. Of all time.
Where's that one? In Ramona?
No, it's in here. It's
Is it the one that's in there?
It's in the bin,
Not
yeah.
the girthy one.
It's a big old 4x4. It's probably like 135 inches.
The girthy one or the other one? Do you not like that word?
It's the thinner
Should I try a different one?
It's the thinner one in there.
The skinnier one.
Skinnier, yeah. Yeah.
Not girthy.
No.
The other one in there's got some girth.
That's a buck I shot.
That's a honker. I mean, I almost takes 2 hands.
That's a buck I shot in Arizona. Which, by the way...
That's insane. That's an insane buck.
So I've had that over-the-counter tag. It sucks. It sucks. It's one of the things I regret in life, which is not many. But we did the javelina hunt every year, or I have since, like, 98. Like, I've been going on that hunt for a long time. Every year going on the javelina hunt. I was so stupid. Because we didn't have the resources, we weren't buying the deer tag. Ever. Which is, looking back, I'm so bummed. So I didn't start buying the OTC deer tag till 2016. And I've bought it ever since. So, you know, that's like, I don't know how many seasons. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's 9 seasons so far. I have filled it on really big bucks 8 times. I did not fill it 1 year. And the reason was, I guess I wasn't good enough. But I was passing bucks in January that, you know, I could have shot, and I was waiting to shoot a really big one. I couldn't hunt in the summer, I believe, because I can't remember.
What year was it that you didn't?
21, I think. Or maybe 22.
No.
I was injured, too. Then I had an injury, and I was in the hospital a bunch.
Because I met you in 21, and you were on a summer hunt.
That's why I wasn't there, I think. Because I was on a different hunt in another state.
You were in New Mexico.
And then I got that face infection. Did you know me when I got that face infection?
That was 2020 then.
So maybe it was 2020. But there was 1 year I didn't fill it, and it was because I got this really, really bad infection. So I couldn't go out in December for most of the month because I had to, like, I was doing all these tests, and then finally when I got good to go, it was only like a handful of days in December I could go hunt.
Which just about is not enough.
And I got out there. No, it was. I found this nice buck. I put in a killer stalk. I get right up to him. It's like 60 yards. I draw back. It's windy as a bastard. And I held it for so long. And I finally let the shot go. And I missed under him. And that was it. So I have filled it every time except one on really big bucks. And I'm very proud of that. You know, that's the stuff that makes me proud. That and, like, doing 3 over-the-counter elk hunts and shooting a nice bull on all of them. Like, that's the stuff that makes me proud. Because I know that some of the locals that are, like, always been jealous of me are gonna, like, make fun of me for hunting feeders. Like, I guarantee that's gonna happen. But they also don't have over-the-counter bulls or bucks, and if they do, they're small, and mine are not. So, I mean, and all mine are with a bow. So it's like,
Correct.
I don't feel like I need to defend myself talent-wise.
Not that guns are bad.
No, I have no issue with gun hunting at all. But I'm just saying, like, I've gotten to a point where I don't feel that I need to ever defend my hunting skills. But there are times where I think, you know, as I do more private land stuff and more lease stuff, and I'm sure I'll get more opportunities like that. You may
get a few more people who voice their hate.
Yeah, or they might not know. They might not be educated. So I'm going to be sure to keep whacking stuff over the counter on really hard hunts. So that way, you know, if people try to discredit me, it's like, well, bitch, you haven't done this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, strong words.
Yeah, but it's true, you know? And sometimes I love to just backhand people, too.
Ooh, what was that, Ted?
I do.
Oh, that was a good one there.
What a good tangent.
I'm 2 for 2. I'm not going to jinx it. I will knock on wood right now. Think somebody knocked at the door.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Albie, nobody's there.
You're 2 for 2.
2 for... Just give him a moment.
1 for 2 on elk. 1 for 1 on peccaries.
Yeah, the first...
Do you think you could have done all of those hunts with no guides?
No, absolutely not. No.
But it still counts.
Yeah.
Does it count if you have a guide? Or does it only count?
I think it depends on the... Alice! Come here. I think it depends on how much the guide is guiding you. Like the first year that coos that like I'd call it like a kinda stalk.
It was a stalk,
know?
100%. I know you always say that, but you're wrong. It was a stalk, 100%.
Yeah.
And nobody knows more about this than me.
Yeah, for sure. No, nobody ever. But that one, I mean, I don't know that it would have been possible because like we literally, you know, you told me where to run, we ran. You tell me come up to that knob. I came up to the knob. You came up behind me, and then you said
over there.
It's right there. And I looked, and it was right there.
How about the one where
and then you told me when to shoot.
How about the one where we crawled through the snow for like an hour and a half?
Again, I don't know still because I think I could have gotten to that point, but I don't know if I would have been patient enough to wait as long as we waited once we pulled up and you know,
dropped
set
anchor.
chalks and
dropped anchor
and waited it out. So
I will say,
I'm still I know you're in a little bit of a like fly the coop thing, but I don't quite think I'm fly the coop ready yet.
Oh, you mean like
go on out by yourself? Not by myself, but like this is hard to hunt spot and stalk by yourself without like
most of the times I'm filming. You know, if you go on a stalk, I'll be filming, and then
and we want it on film,
and then I'm obviously able to, you know, drop a few nugs.
But do I think that like if you weren't getting it on film, like it's time to be like go stalk it by yourself? I would like to try.
Yeah, you should.
And see what happens. Do I think I'll be successful?
Sure, why not?
We'll see. Yeah. I do think I have pretty good judgment skills when out there on a stalk.
You just got to
like
get
as far as making the calls.
You just got to get less clunky in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think getting to them is not too. I wouldn't say not too hard for me, but like that is not the challenge.
I also think you would struggle to go to the wrong place if you didn't have someone helping you.
That too. I'm very bad directionally.
I agree. And a lot of people struggle with that because it's really hard to go to the right place.
Well, just topography looks different once you're down there in the topography than what you're seeing through the binos.
I mean, take the hunt we did in July when we were stalking those deer.
I was dead set you were going the wrong direction.
So, yeah, everyone was. And I go, no, I'm telling you, it's right here. And then the deer was right there. But, like, that's something I've always been good at, is being able to go to the right spot and remembering the terrain. but it's really hard. And I think what happens is a lot of times before someone goes on a stalk, I think they're like too amped up, and they don't even look or study and try to
That
really,
is what I was about to say. Is like
ingrain
take a few minutes.
a lot. I'll sit there sometimes for like 15 minutes and then go, okay, I think I got it, and then I'll go.
Well, they're so afraid. I think that deer or whatever animal is going to get away.
What I always say is, an animal is not going to leave unless you make them. I've had it maybe once where an animal just left on me that I didn't spook. One time out of, I don't know how many, like I've done a lot of stalks. It's, if you don't bump them, they're going to post up most of the time.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, no.
And you can see so much through your binos that like, they might venture off. They might be done feeding.
Look at the deer
wherever
Ted
they're
shot
at,
this year is a perfect example. That deer bumped a bunch, and he just, all he did was just stay with them, and then eventually got close enough to shoot him.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. Maybe one time it was bumping, but like.
No, I'm saying the deer was moving.
Oh,
on its
yeah,
own.
they were just naturally feeding.
This is what I'm saying, and,
Yeah.
and see, that's my point. Sure, the deer moved, but it didn't spook. It was only going to spook if Ted made it spook, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Right, and it just took a lot of adjustments. But I'm excited for this year. I mean, I have a buck I got really close to getting last year that I would really love to find again. So that's
Man, if we see him again.
That's what I'm hoping is I find him again, and I think I will find him again. I doubt anyone got him in rifle season, so my goal is to find that buck and hopefully be able to hunt him again. And
I want those coos out there.
oh, there's great coos, yeah. So there's a lot of fun stuff. I can't wait, and it'll just be exciting. I'm excited to get back on and kind of like the hunt, what I do. You know, that's like my bread and butter hunt. So I'm really excited for that. And then, you know, I think another little fun topic is I finally got my target rig up and going.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about that.
Yep, got the target rig going.
I gotta readjust.
The video's live right now, actually.
Correct.
So it's basically a Bowtech Reckoning 39 Gen 2. It's kind of a
39 or 29?
It's a 39.
39? Oh.
Have you seen how long that bow is?
Oh, yeah. That number means the length. For some reason, I thought it was called the Reckoning 29. I don't know why, but I know it's 39.
It's a 39.
Anyways, continue. Mm-hmm.
So the video is me getting the bow built at the bow and arrow shop by Joe. And Joe I just said, hey, build it how you would, because I don't know anything about this target stuff. You do shoot target. So set it how you want, and then I'll shoot it for a while and go from there. That'll be like my start, and I'll tweak it from there. So we get it set up. He was nice enough to lend me some arrows till I get mine built, and he even lent me a V-bar and a front bar. So like a $500 in bars or more he lent me to use. So I'm running, I think, a 27-inch up front, if I recall, and two 15s out the back.
And how are you enjoying that?
Well, so in the shop I was shooting, and right away he put the biggest dot on the sight, and it's got a 6 power lens on my UV sight. I'm sorry, it's a black gold sight rail with a UV scope, and my scope has 6 power in it. And he likes a big dot, right? And he explained why, and in my head I was like, I don't think I'll like that, but like I said, I'm going to let him set it up, and then I'll go from there. So then some time goes by doing stuff, and I'm like itching to shoot it. Finally get to go over to Chuck's house. I shoot it on the baseball game, get it dialed at 20. So I knew it was good at 20. I was hitting the same spot, you know. Then we go to Performance to shoot indoor, right? Which you can do also at Lionheart, but they don't open till 4, which didn't work for us. And I had to get it done before we went to Oklahoma. That was the next video in the pipe. So then we go to Performance, get the target up there, do a couple practice shots. They were all right in the center, you know. So I said, all right, let's run the tape. So we start shooting, and I think I was good for, I don't remember, the first 4 rounds or something. It was just clear in 10s and X's. And then, I shot a 9. It was just out a little bit, and then I shot one really bad shot. But the interesting part is, the shot that I hit an 8 on, I actually felt like that shot was in the center. And I am not a guy who blames equipment for something. I'm just saying it was odd. I'm sure I just made a bad shot and it felt nice, but it looked like I broke it in the center, so I don't know. Then I missed one more 9, and then the rest were 10 and X's. So I got 19 X's, 2 9s, and 1 8. And setup-wise, I do like the bow a lot. I think I am going to try a smaller dot, like I said, on the scope. That's one change I want to make.
And then what about the full-on scope? Because they make the smaller and the bigger.
I may try the smaller scope as well, but I definitely want to change the color of the dot. I had a green dot. I couldn't see it for shit hardly. It really blended with the target. So Paige suggested I try black, but then another guy who I really trust on target stuff said blue. So I'm going to try black and blue and see which one I see better. Bars, I think we're fine. I do think I might try a lizard tongue rest rather than a drop away.
Yeah.
For indoor, I just think there's more variables with the drop away that you can eliminate with a lizard tongue. And then lastly, I may try more magnification. I may try an 8 rather than a 6. And then I'll probably make a few of those changes. Actually, I think I'm going to shoot it one more time with how the bow is now. Then I'm going to change it from there. And I'll probably start with all those other changes, leave the bars how they are until Joe needs them back. And then after that, start to maybe try to adjust the bars a little bit. But a guy left a comment on the video that I thought was like really good. And when you draw a bow with that much weight on it, and you hit the back wall and then come into your anchor, it waggles for a while, right? Because the bar's got to stop moving. And I don't know why I never thought of this, but he said, hey, if you try to like draw extra smooth, your bow will stabilize faster. And you won't have to wait for it to waggle.
Yeah, because it's got that ginormous long stabe in the front.
It's genius. Like, I never thought of that. So shout out to whoever said that comment. But I'm also going to just...
just slow.
I'm going to draw just slower.
Make it smoother.
And not hit the... When you hit the back wall, that's when you cause that shake. So I'm just going to try to get into the back wall really, really easy. And then maybe even break the shots a little quicker. I already break shots fast. That's kind of my thing. Yeah. But I think I can get it even a little quicker with that tip. So I would guess I'll do a 300 the next time I shoot, but we'll see. Yeah. And definitely a couple of those changes will help. I mean, I did it cold turkey with a setup that, like I said, someone else set up. And he did a great job, and I think it's a really good starting point.
You just got to fine-tune it.
But now I need to tweak.
To you.
And I got to do it more. You know what? I haven't done it.
Yeah, well, that's the... I mean...
It's
not tough. It's just... Everything is close in San Diego, but also not quite because of traffic. So what... should be a 10 to 15 minute drive, even to maybe 15 to performance, is like a 25-minute drive because of traffic, because you got to take highways.
Yeah, and then Lionheart is not open until 4, and
unless
then
you want to go on a Saturday,
which I'm okay with doing on a Saturday, and I think I may start doing that. I don't mind weekends. I do not want to drive after 4.
Yeah, and then I do wish we had more indoor options.
And then I do think I'm going to start shooting at Morley more. Granted, it's outside. But in the morning, when it's dead, there's not really much wind. The main difference will be the lighting will be a little different. But I still think that is better practice than only going and practicing indoors. So I think I'm going to go
especially if you want to use it, like if you want to use the target in more outdoor 3Ds this year, you should be used to using that target and that scope outside as well.
Yeah, and I got to learn how to even adjust it for yardage. Like, I don't know how to do that yet. So, couple changes, but people seem to really like the video. People seem to be as excited as I am to kind of see how the journey goes, and I think it'll go really well. I mean, I think. So, we'll see. And yeah, I mean, like I said, that video's up now. Got another video from Oklahoma hunt coming Sunday. And this pod, obviously, on Wednesday. So pods are going to be coming every Wednesday. Flagship videos, of course, every Sunday. And then, as usual, short form, like all the time, you know. And big thing I want to touch on is we're giving away the fully built Core SR with a, you know, limb-driven rest, dual track sight, aim for a pass-through stabilizer. It's even going to have a set of brand new unbound strings I'm going to get put on there. And a quiver, airlock quiver. So yeah, she's up for grabs. Every $10 spent on bowdisciples.com is an entry. And you have now till December 24th, through December 24th, to get entered.
You're announcing it Christmas
We're going to announce it Christmas morning, which I think is a lot of fun, you know?
Yes.
So someone for Christmas is going to win a bow, and I think that's pretty sick. So get in on that. And good luck to whoever puts in. I hope whoever wins it, you know, loves that bow as much as I did, because I really liked it. And yeah, just be sure, you know, 5 stars on Spotify, 5 stars on Apple,
or Apple Music.
Subscribe to YouTube for the podcast and the channel. And that's it. I'd appreciate it. And we're gonna keep doing the pod because it's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I think we can get maybe 1 or 2 more episodes with the Christmas setting.
It's phenomenal. Don't you love my Christmas tree?
I do actually like it. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yes, it's very well organized.
Yeah, I helped put it together. And,
yeah, we had to move a few ornaments, but you did good.
Yeah. Oh, and then, you know, I've been a huge fan of musicals lately.
Oh, gosh.
A big fan.
Yeah, you have. I think I created a monster with that one, but they're just so good. They're just so good.
Wicked's phenomenal. I will say, especially the back half was phenomenal. Once they became friends, that's when the movie really slapped.
Yeah.
But it was great. What a good movie, huh? And then I watched Frozen, and Frozen's out of here.
Yeah. You tried Frozen 2, but you fell asleep.
I love Frozen 2 too, but I just could not stay awake.
So
I was
today,
so tired.
we're going to watch what?
Moana.
Yes,
And
we
I
are.
can't wait, because I love Lilo and Stitch.
It's very Lilo and Stitchy vibes.
Lilo and Stitch, this is a hot take. I think it's one of the better animated Disney movies. I'm serious. And we looked it up on like a ranker list, and they did have it pretty high.
It was.
And you gotta admit, when I showed you Lilo and Stitch, because I don't think you had seen it.
Way back in the day.
You were like, it's ass. I go, I'm telling you, it's not. And then you watched it, and at the end I go, what do you think? You had to admit it's really good.
It was good. It was good. Once Lilo becomes like cute and nice, or Stitch when Stitch does, then Albie's licking me. He's being very needy.
That's insane.
1, I forgot, and then 2, I smelt the cat litter.
Oh my God.
And that's the end of this pod, because I gotta go wash my hands.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. Like
You're
and subscribe.
nasty.
Enter to win that bow, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yes.